Okay, we're joined by the Oklahoma Sooners head coach Skip Johnson and student athletes Kate Cavalli and Brady Lindsley. We'll start with opening statements from the coach.
I thought Cade was really good, probably one of the best outings. You got to tip your hat to Baylor. They came out and swung the bats really well. We haven't played from behind very good all year. When we had a chance to take the momentum, second and third, we had a strikeout. Basically, it's about it. Other than that, I'm open for questions.
Okay, questions for our student athletes first, please.
Kate, how did you feel today with sort of a different couple weeks with a little bit of extra time off, and then you were good besides the 2 homers? Could you just kind of walk us through the two homers?
Yeah, I mean, I felt good all game. I just made 2 mistakes, and the ball I threw to lefty, I threw a sinker and it didn't sink, left the middle, and the ball I threw to Shea, I mean, I was pitching from behind that first inning, and I felt like it was pop up, the wind was blowing up. I feel like any other day that's a routine thing, and I mean, the game has changed from then on. We had to play from behind, but other than that, I felt really good. Found the strike zone later on. Slider was good today. Changeup was good. I felt healthy, and that's the biggest thing for me right now, to be healthy. And I mean, obviously, I wanted to help the team. I didn't do that today, so it's taking a toll on me right now for sure. But we're gonna come back, and we're gonna make a run in this thing. I know it.
For Kate and Brady, do you have a sense of what y'all need to do over the next couple days in this tournament to extend your season?
I mean, win, obviously, but to do that, you just got to take it pitch to pitch, stay with you, swing the bat a little better, square up some more baseballs in the zone, separate balls from strikes, just stay with us in our approach and let it happen.
And like I said all year, I mean, you saw us at the beginning of the year, and we dominated teams, and that's still in us. We can go do that. We just got to get it out of ourselves right now, and I mean, it's down to nut cutting time. We got to go do it. It's either win or go home at this point, and I mean, we're gonna see what we're made of over these next couple games. It'll be good test for us.
Any more questions for our student athletes? Okay, we'll let you guys go back to the locker room, and we'll talk to Coach. Good luck tomorrow. Okay, now questions for Coach Johnson.
Skip, how much did things change after you left the 2 on base there in the 3rd, and then they came back and hit you?
Well, when you it was a big momentum swing for us, and when you don't take the momentum because they had the momentum, it really separates. And good teams, quite frankly, do that to you. The guy made some quality pitches. I mean, you look at Z's at bat. I think it was Mitchell chased the ball out of the strike zone. He was trying really hard and didn't separate balls from strikes. And when you try really hard in this game, you fell. And then Z got behind him, carried it to I think it was a 3-2, and then swung at a ball out of the strike zone trying to drive the runs in instead of just separating balls from strikes.
How frustrating has that been? It seems like that's been a theme all year. You guys get guys on base and can't get them in.
Well, I mean, you're right. It gets frustrating at times, but what happens is you got to really focus on the one pitch motto instead of focusing on the result, because the result in the media is thrown in your face every day, and you really got to try to focus on the one pitch motto that we talk about. And it's a learning experience more so than anything, no different than Cade's outing today. I mean, you're looking at a guy that hadn't thrown a lot in his life as a starter, and he's going to have learning experiences as he goes through. What better yet to have taking a loss is a loss, but what better yet, today, mechanically, he was as smooth as he's been all year long. And that was really, really good, because I kept telling him in the tunnel, hey, your preparation is going to overcome your fear. And what I mean by that is you prepared for this. Don't look at the results, look at how you prepared for it. And I think that's the separator for him. And he took it pitch to pitch. Now he knows that he can go out there and not try to have to strike every hitter out. I mean, if you looked at most of his starts this year, he's had, 4, 5, 6 walks along with, 6 strikeouts. Today, I think he had maybe 5 strikeouts with 2 walks. And that's big, really big.
How do you get them not to focus on the results or get overwhelmed by the situation? You talk about trying too hard when you're in the situation you're in right now with sort of do or die for this tournament, potentially beyond.
Try to be as positive you can in those situations and make it a learning atmosphere versus a atmosphere of fear or fail. And I think that's the biggest thing that you got to keep reiterating over and over, trying to be positive. Hey, what'd you learn from that at bat? Don't get out the same way twice. Figure out what zones that you're looking through, and you got to keep working on it. This is a game of failure, and you've got to deal with it pitch to pitch, and you got to try to take the positive as much as you can out of it.
You mentioned a couple weeks ago, these are the only guys who are going to be the 2019 Sooners. It's kind of their season to save, if that's what this comes down to. Kate referred to it as, kind of crunch time. Are you okay with them maybe taking that mindset tomorrow that the season could be on the line and this could be it if they don't win?
Yeah, well, I mean, for sure, no doubt about that. First team out. I mean, you've seen that deal, and you got to take that mantra in the first team out and try to play with that. And a lot of good things come off of losing. A lot of good things come off of winning, and you've got to make sure you understand that. And if they want to do that, that's good. That's good. I mean, you got to like that fire. They never quit today at all. They kept battling. I mean, you faced a good baseball team, and we faced them a month ago, and we had a dogfight for 3 games. We beat them on a Friday night. They beat us on Saturday, and I think we went 12 innings or 13 innings. That doesn't reflect how bad our team is. It reflects how good our team is. And when you play a team 4 times, quite frankly, you look at their lineup, they got a lot of experience. I mean, Lofton, Cunningham, Langoliers, Thomas, Wenzel, all those guys are all older players. And when ours are sprinkled through there. I think we started 2 freshmen. And it's going to be a learning experience going all through that. And started a guy on the mound that is really a freshman as a starter. He didn't start last year doing relief. And so those learning experiences are going to be good for those guys, positive or negative. We just got to learn from the negative.
Coach, what was Paul Dickens doing up there for them that was maybe giving y'all a few problems?
I think he was effectively wild. When he hit his targets, he got in some leverage counts there, and we swung at some balls that were out of the zone a little bit. But he threw strike 1 early in the game. He came out and dominated in the first inning, and his presence was really good, which is a hats off to him. And then when we hit him in the mouth a little bit, he made some big pitches. And we had a chance there, second and third. Lindsley hit a big double off of him, and it was a separator for him. And when he made us chase out of the strike zone, that's when you struggle.
Do you know what you'll do on the mound tomorrow yet?
Yeah, Wiles will start tomorrow.
Okay, any more questions for Coach Johnson? All right, Coach, we'll see you tomorrow. Good luck.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
can introduce you guys. So, I can read from back there. Okay. There was one year we had a plexiglass podium here, and it was called the taco stand. But it's gone by the wayside. Oh, sorry. Thank you. Okay. All right, we're joined now by the Baylor Bears head coach Steve Rodriguez, student athletes Andy Thomas, Shay Langoliers, and Paul Dickens. We'll start with an opening statement from the coach.
I'll tell you what, pretty impressive win by our guys today, going up against a young man, Cade Cavalli over at Oklahoma, who, in my opinion, should be a candidate for Team USA, and I told him that out there. Pretty impressive stuff. He's going to be something pretty special, and really fortunate that our guys were able to grab a couple runs off him early and then be able to withstand that throughout the rest of the game.
Okay, questions for our student athletes?
Paul, last week you had a rough game. I mean, to come out today and do what you did to get a big win, your first time here at Brooktown. I mean, how did that feel?
I mean, obviously I was excited to go out there. I was ready to kind of wipe away that last outing, and it was big to go out that first inning and get those 3 outs just right off the bat. That was huge, just to gain more confidence and to know that I was able to do it. And so it was also huge just to have 2 big bombs from these guys. That's always great whenever you can go out there with a lead like 5-0, 6-0. That's always a confidence booster. So I was really pumped and excited to go out there.
Their coach, Coach Johnson, mentioned that the inning, I think it was the 3rd inning, where they got like 2nd and 3rd. You got out of that. He called that a separator for you in terms of just able to keep going and have more confidence and stuff. I mean, did you feel that way?
Yes, sir. Whenever runners on base, like, nothing changes. Like, you got to be intense up there. And, like, just because they have a runner on third base with less than 2 outs, like, doesn't mean that runner has to score. And so, like, that's kind of the mindset that I want to have out there. And with a great defense like we have out on the field, like, it gives me confidence to throw strikes, to fill up the zone, and know that our guys can make plays out there. So.
Shay, when you hit yours, did you know it was out, or did you?
No, I didn't think it was going to get out when I first hit it. I thought I hit it too high, but luckily the wind gave me a little help.
To start off like that, does that just kind of give y'all a little boost?
Oh, absolutely. Especially, like Coach Ross said, against a guy like Cade Cavalli. The kid's an unreal pitcher. He's got really good stuff, and when a guy like that's on the mound, you have to really lock in and really stick with your approach. Otherwise, your team is not going to get anything that whole day. And to start off 2-0 early on a guy like that, it got us really pumped up.
Andy, right after they didn't convert when it's 2nd and 3rd with 1 out, you hit yours. He said he had a sinking pitch that didn't sink.
Is that what he said?
That's what Cade said.
That sank pretty good, I thought. No, it felt good. I come in after my first at bat and talked to Coach Rod about my timing, and something felt a little off. I was asking him, am I drifting? Am I foot not down? He just basically told me I was late. So I went up there second at bat and just thought to myself, get your foot down and let everything take care of itself, and it did.
Did your ball go farther than Shay's?
Of course it did.
Still going.
Yeah. No. Probably about the same distance.
That's such a cheesy.
Yeah, I went further. Way further. Thank you.
Up to it, yeah.
Shay, do you know someone named Alexa Langoliers?
I do.
Is that your sister?
That is my sister, yes.
She hit a bomb today, too.
Did she really?
Yeah.
I haven't got to talk to her. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, she's the athlete of the family.
Thanks for spoiling that, Brian. Appreciate it.
Sorry.
In case you're wondering, your sister at home named Bryce spoiled it for you. I know you usually talk to her, and it's usually like a big thing for you. We're just going to go ahead and take the liberty of just
I thought it would be a nice thing.
Did they win?
I think they were still playing last I looked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Spoilers.
They were up 3-0.
Oh, that's good.
Well, you were able to get a couple of those strikeouts up in the zone. Was that a kind of a game plan coming into the day? Fastballs up in the zone, or was that something that you were just able to get those 2 outs?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes fastballs up are a pitcher's best friend. Like, if you can get it up above the zone, up above the belt, then that's normally the guys can't really hit it up there, but I mean, thankfully, Strauss, he's an awesome pitching coach, and so the way that he calls the game, I have complete confidence, and like I never really shake, and so I mean that's what he was calling, and so thankfully I was able to get it up there. Yeah.
Shay, what were your thoughts on Paul and what he did out there?
Yeah, I thought he did amazing today. He did exactly what we needed to start this tournament. You need the first day, you need your starter to go deep in the game to help save the bullpen and dominate, and that's what we got from him.
Okay, any more questions for our student athletes? Okay, we'll let you guys go back to the locker room and thank you.
Sit down.
No, Coach, you're not going anywhere.
You want us to stay for you, Coach?
I think I'll be all right.
Thanks, guys.
You guys can go back to the locker room.
Good luck tomorrow, guys.
Thank you. Go to the locker room.
Yeah, go back to the locker room.
Thank you.
Sorry if I ruined your ball.
I'll text you later, Jerry.
He was telling me, he's like, I can't wait to talk to my family. See how my sister did.
Okay, now, questions for the head coach.
Steve, to get that kind of an outing out of Paul, I mean, you heard Shay just say it, that that's what you need. I mean, how nice was that?
I'll tell you what, after going through the entire tournament last year, being able to get to the championship day, you see just the taxing that it has on your pitching staff. And, when you have a starter that doesn't maybe go, deep into the game or halfway through a game and your bullpen has to get out there early, it can really just really wear them down and get to the point where toward the end of the tournament it gets pretty trying for your pitching staff. And so having him being able to go out there and do what he did was pretty special for us, just to make sure that our bullpen is going to be intact, and hopefully we can kind of do the same thing tomorrow.
Coach, what did you see from Davis out there? Was he just trying to knock some of that rust off today? He came up with some runners in scoring position. Was just trying to see how he felt
To
about
be
it.
honest, I had this is going to sound very odd, but I did not have a lot of expectations. He's phenomenal defensively. He's a force in there. I knew there was going to be some timing issues. I knew there was going to be some pitch recognition stuff. But the biggest thing is I need him to get out there and just get some pitches. And he's the kid that when it happens, you're going to know it real quick. Because as soon as he gets locked in, it's pretty special, and it's just going to take a couple at bats for him. I think I don't want to put any kind of pressure on him like that, but I just think that he's the kid that if it's going to happen, he's kind of like Shay. He's going to force himself to get better each and every day.
Do you feel like when Shay hit that early bomb, like you said, against a really good pitcher, does that give confidence to the other hitters? Because I mean, obviously several had success.
I think it does. When you see him rolling out 95, 96 miles an hour, and he's mixing in breaking balls for strikes, and you're like, okay, this is going to be a tight ball game. It just really is. When we're able to get a ball up into the wind like we did, and we're able to get a couple runs on the board, in my head I'm like, okay, this might be a 2-1, 2-0 ball game. And then Andy hits his, and you're just like, okay, now this could be a 4-0 for me, because you just don't know how deep he's going to go, because he has a really good arm. He's a good athlete, and that's the thing is when you have good athletes like that, they're going to find a way to compete. And I thought he did a really good job today, but luckily enough, our guys were able to get a hold of a couple of those fastballs.
In the fourth, when he came up with the 2 strikeouts with runners on second and third, I mean, was he teetering at that point, or were those just hits by really good hitters?
I mean, base hit to the left. They're going to get hits. That's their whole goal as well, is to put guys on base. And that ball that was smashed off the wall, you're like, okay, now it's second and third. The big thing for us was like he was able to kind of settle down, and that you see his mentality. There's not a whole lot of change. The heartbeat is going to stay the same, and that's what's great about him, is that he's like, okay, they got a double, so what? And so now let me get back to work. He missed a spot, and there he was able to execute after that. And so that for me was the big thing. And like you said, he has complete trust in Coach Strauss and everything that he's calling up there, and his job. And he knows when he doesn't execute a pitch. It's not like you have to kind of tell him about it. So he's well aware of it, and that's what makes him a really good pitcher for us.
Do you go with Jimmy tomorrow?
That's the plan as of right now, yes. Thank you, guys.
Thanks,
Steve.